So I just came across something kind of funny and interesting that I wanted to talk about. Noel Gallagher. It was an Instagram post saying that Noel Gallagher wrote the Oasis song "Live Forever" in response to hearing Nirvana's "I Hate Myself and I Want to Die." Okay, so a couple things. First, on the Nirvana song, I think most people, and I think even Kurt would would even say himself, or when you have a song with that title of "I Hate Myself and I Want to Die," it's sort of purposefully almost stunting your chance of commercial reach, because it maybe not get played in the radio in those days for such an extreme title, and in the way that "Rape Me" was similar. And even Kurt was saying, "Oh, MTV, we can't play that on the Unplugged because MTV won't let them." They didn't, radio didn't really quite play it. I think they do now, but my point is that, and also sonically, it's quite abrasive. But I think it was coming from more of a tongue-in-cheek sort of his way of maybe coping with those kind of feelings by kind of coming out and just saying it, and that being tongue-in-cheek in itself, being them such a commercially successful band that would reach so many people. It's like, okay, it's edgy to have a song with that kind of name, right? It was a B-side, I believe. But Noel Gallagher, being a great, claiming to be a self-claiming to say that he likes Nirvana a lot, said that that was the line of I can't. It's just too. It's celebrating self-pity too much, and it's just in generally negative. In a small sort of quote, or in an interview, he said, that's just where he drew the line and wasn't having it with that song title, which in response inspired him to write the song "Live Forever," which is one of their, if not their best song. Just a very uplifting song and sort of a magical song. I think their first single, or big single, actually. Now, the funny thing about it is, Kurt would write, musicians, you express yourself. Sometimes the way of overcoming those things is writing, overcoming challenges and negative sort of emotions or feelings. You write music to overcome those things, and that was his way. Maybe he would write it within his to overcome those things. Well, we all know what happened, or allegedly happened. Let's say in theory and paper, what happened the way that it's been said it happened, which what happened, the point is that he's dead, and through his music he gets to live forever by inspiring and leaving such a great legacy. So even him, through his own torture, which many artists relate to, and that's why people connect to it, he was freeing himself from the torture through the music, but it wasn't enough, apparently, allegedly, once again. But he gets to live forever and is still celebrated, and his music is still great because the music was so great. so he in turn gets to live forever, which, Oasis saying, him saying that he was, well, Noel saying that he was inspired to write the song "Live Forever," which was inspired by a song about hating, quote, I hate myself and I want to die, and which ended up happening, which ended up letting Kurt live forever, because sort of the music was so great. Through his music, writing songs like that, and everything, he was living and inspiring other people to through the music to do whatever they wanted to do, and inspiring them to find themselves and essentially live, including Noel, to write the song, which was the first single really that broke them, and then he has now got to live forever, like Kurt. So if there's just a funny kind of circle of connection I made it within that I wanted to kind of capture. So both great songs, and both of these creative individuals will inspire us to live forever, perhaps, to communicate something to someone, and for them to communicate that and go on and on and on and on, is like living forever. Because after you're long gone, you're still living through that inspiration that uplifted someone to become who they are, or express themselves who they are, and pass that on to down the generations, down to other communities through culture and community. And that's the real reward of creation. And so maybe you might hear something someday and be inspired to live forever.